Hello, I'm Brody Kolsky, and this is AV2 News. Welcome to AV2 News, a newscast produced by the Audiovisual Production 2 class of Roane County High School. This newscast is designed to bring you stories of interest from our school and our community in a broadcast journalism format. So, let's get started. When students arrived at Roane County High School for the 24-25 school year, they may have noticed new decorative films covering many of the outside windows at the entrances of the school. Well, these decals not only reflect our Yellow Jacket pride, but there's more to them than just decoration. Reporter Cade Clem and producer Wesley Sims bring us that story.
When passing by Roane County High School, you may have noticed the new window films on the entrances to the buildings. These aren't just for decoration, they're for the students' and staff's protection.
The window films, it was a process that took a couple months, and so it wasn't something they just put up one time. It actually, a company came out several different times over, I don't want to say exactly how many months, but it took a good majority of last school year, and then they finalized the product with the images this summer.
So those were installed actually right before I got here in the middle of the summer. Those were provided to us through some safety grant funding that the school district gets from the state of Tennessee. Each school gets a certain amount, or the county delegates how they're going to spend that money at each of the schools across the district. I've seen some at the other schools as well, and every school has a different design that matches their school colors and their school logos and those kinds of things.
In addition to the aesthetics of the new film, it provides additional security for the school. These films are a result of a new state law which requires all new and remodeled Tennessee schools to install bullet-resistant or entry-resistant films on exterior lower-level windows and doors.
For me, I think they serve two major purposes. Number one, it adds an extra layer of security for our staff and our students, because if you're driving down West Cumberland Street, you can't just see right in the windows of the hallways and those kinds of things. And then number two, it also it increases the aesthetic of the building, makes it look nicer. I love the look of those things at the gym doors, at the front doors, and at the end of the hallway here in the A building. So they look really nice as well.
I think they look great. I think they look great when you drive by the school. I think it's a wonderful addition to the school. I think it helps with school pride.
Anything that we can do to increase the aesthetic of our building is an important thing. And so I love them. I love the way they look from the street. I think they add a lot to our school and displays our school colors and our logos and all the things that we want to highlight here. And so I really do enjoy having them.
This month, the city of Kingston is celebrating its 225th birthday, and many schools have partnered with the city to help celebrate this historic event, including Roane County High School. Reporter Jadlyn Phillips and I found out more about this collaboration.
As October begins, the city of Kingston is busy preparing for the 225th anniversary celebration of its establishment in 1799. On October 23rd, many events and activities will be held throughout the town, such as history reenactments at 4th Southwest Point, the original courthouse, sports tournaments, a Founders Day dinner, and school projects.
And what we're trying to do is to honor all these community members, all the projects we've done over the last 50 years, just to help recognize those who have made our community what it is today.
These projects include art murals from Roane County High School's art class presenting Kingston's past.
And Nancy Hamilton invited us to paint scenes around Kingston, and they'll be shown at the community center. And the show will open October 9th.
Even an oral history project, a collaboration of Roane County High School and the city of Kingston, has been in the works for the celebration.
This is the kind of thing that can live beyond the celebration, and we can continue to add things to it as time goes on. And it'll be a permanent archive of these people's stories long after they're gone.
As events are planned and times are set, make sure to visit kingstontn.gov for all the dates and times of the exciting activities happening during this time.
If you have attended a Kingston football game in the past few weeks, you may have noticed something different about our stadium. It seems to be brighter and much more festive. It's been 34 years since new lights have illuminated Nat Sugarman Field, but that has recently changed. Reporter Thomas Sloan and producer Lillian Francis bring us that story.
The Yellow Jackets are looking brighter than ever with the new stadium lights. These lights were just recently installed at the Roane County High football stadium, just in time for their first home game.
So the stadium lights were installed August 29th is when the stadium lights was installed. I think they were ordered maybe midsummer. Usually takes 6 to 8 weeks to get them in, and then it was kind of a last-minute deal. But my favorite part about them is I can turn them off and turn them on from my cell phone through an app, which is a lot better than before, because before you had to physically go around to each pole and turn them off and turn them on, and the old ones, it took 15-20 minutes to warm up and come on, where these are just instant. Like as soon as you hit the button, they're off or on. It really benefits, obviously it benefits the football team, but it really benefits the community. I know we have graduation on this field. There's all kind of things that take place on this field after dark. So these lights not only benefit us, it's pretty much a community deal.
Prior to the installation of the new lights, players often found it challenging to play effectively with less than optimal lighting. The school board finally approved funding for the lights after 34 years of players and coaches struggling with the old lighting.
One of the things that's been asked about was exactly why that came about. And that came about because we had at least 8 or more ballasts that were out on the lights on the current football field. So when we looked at replacing those ballasts were no longer available. So it became probably more efficient to replace lights with more energy efficient lights. So the school board took action to use capital funds that were used to purchase new lights for the Roane County High School football field.
Since the new addition, the field has shown brighter than ever, giving players, coaches, and band members better lighting, creating a better and more exciting atmosphere for students and fans.
We want to say special thanks to Officer Murphy for being our eye in the sky and providing us with the drone footage of the stadium and lights. One of the most polarizing issues facing schools across the country today is student cell phone use in schools. There are a wide variety of opinions on this topic. What do you think? Should students have access to their cell phones during the school day? Well, reporter Scott Murray and producer Caleb Matheson look into this divisive subject.
In today's digital age, cell phones have become an integral part of everyday life, particularly for high school students. While these devices offer convenience, communication, and access to vast amount of information, they also bring challenges to the classroom. Schools across the country are grappling with how to balance the benefits of cell phones with the potential distractions they create. From social media notifications to texting during lessons, the debate is whether cell phones should be allowed in schools or regulated more strictly.
I think phones affect students in class because they are worrying about what's happening on their phone. I think we have so many apps and there are so many different ways that we communicate with each other. Games, different things that we can play on our phones.
They are always preoccupied if their phones vibrate or ring.
Some say that cell phones shouldn't be allowed in schools, and others say that phones are fine in school, but they need to be put away during teaching time.
It becomes a distraction when students are in class. They're looking at the phones, they're texting back and forth to their friends, they're watching basketball games or football game replays.
Well, I think teachers are very aware that students are distracted, and so we are not only monitoring students to make sure they're doing their work correctly, we're monitoring them to make sure they're not distracted by their cell phone.
Some would argue that social media is the reason kids are addicted to their phones.
Several things. I think TikTok, for example, or any of the social medias, and you learn in psychology basically that they lets out endorphins. People feel really good. They get addicted, so they want to see more and more whatever they like or responses back to whoever they're talking to.
A question on a lot of people's minds is, why are phones getting banned?
If phones can be used appropriately, then students in high school have a little bit more freedom.
And others say that phones should be left at home and stay there.
Save that for home. I can guarantee you that if somebody needs to get a hold of you, they can call the office and you'll get the message.
And finally, reporter Brooklyn Van Arsdale and producer Lauren Walker took to the halls of RCHS to ask the question, do you believe in aliens?
Hello, this is Brooklyn Van Arsdale, and today we're going to be doing Man on the Street. So, do you believe in aliens?
No.
Why?
There's not really any evidence to support them, and what evidence we do have could be man-made, so...
I'm here with...
Keegan Logan.
Do you believe in aliens?
Honestly, I don't think they're real. Yes, the government did put out a thing, but I don't think they're in my cornfield, you know. I've never seen them abduct a cow, so I think I'm good.
Why do you think that?
Honestly, there's a lot of reasons not to or to believe them, but I mean, you got some crackhead uncles that would believe it, but I don't think so.
I'm here with
Lillian Francis.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because the universe is huge and you don't know what's out there.
Thank you. I'm here with
Mrs. Montrose.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes, I do. Because I am one!
I'm here with
Coach Johnson.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
There's 5 kids that live at my house.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's it for this edition of AV2 News. I'm Brody Kolsky. Thanks for watching.